Hi guys, in today's beginner's guide series, I'm going to share with you how to take a final photo with white, clear, bright background that is looking very deep, very far, and like infinity, that kind of feeling. I think that for some of us who is in this hobby long enough and know a bit of photography technique, to take a photo like that seems to be very straightforward. But I feel that we could be taking it for granted and assume that this is something very easy to do. As a matter of fact, I think many people, many of my friends ask me how to take a photo that way, having a bright white background. So today I'm going to show you a simple technique or simple method, or at least the method that I use to achieve that effect. And in order to do that, I have to set up a tank for better demonstration purpose. Okay, just give me a few minutes. I will set up this 30 centimeter tank with some rocks here. And with that, I'm going to show you how to take a photo with bright white background. Okay, guys. About 5 minutes, the tank is done. I know I could have used a bit more sand and the rock can be fine-tuned a little bit, but just for demonstration purpose, I think this is good enough. The water is still a bit cloudy. I don't know whether it will affect the shooting later on. So I think I will give it a few minutes so that hopefully it can get clearer a little bit. We will come back for the shooting setting later. Okay, guys, 10 minutes has passed. The water is getting a little bit clearer, still not very clear, but I think it is good enough for demonstration purpose. I have also set up my camera, and now I would like to explain to you my setup, my camera setting, and all the, let's say, the steps I'm going to take to demonstrate the how to shoot the bright background. So this is my camera setting, ISO 500, shutter speed 60, and the aperture 6.3. So I'll be using the same setup, the same camera setup for all the shooting, so we can have a apple to apple comparison. And I have a DIY a whiteboard. This is to simulate our white wall. And if you see here, I have indicated the distance, 2 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 10, 15, and 20. This is to later on, I will put this white background at different distance, 2, 5, 10, and so on, so that you will see the difference of the distance, the difference between this distance and the effect to the final photo. Okay? And also I have a piece of white paper here. I will stick this white paper on the background of the tank, and then I will take one version of the tank with this white background. With the white background directly stick on the tank glass. This, I think, is one of the way that I saw or I heard many people are doing in order to take a white background. So I will also try this version compared to without this piece of paper, just using the white wall. So let's try. First of all, let's try with the paper stick directly on the tank glass. So the first version is the one with the white paper directly stick on the tank glass. Two centimeter, the white background, 2 centimeter behind the aquarium. Five centimeter. Ten centimeter. 15 centimeter. Twenty centimeter. Okay, guys, I'm going to process the photo now, transfer to my laptop, and then we will see the result later. Okay, guys, this is the 6th photo that we shoot just now. Sorry, not just now, actually yesterday, with the same camera setting to demonstrate different kind of setup, how it will affect the background. So now let's dive into each one of them. The first one is with the white background paper directly sticking on the back of the tank glass. As you can see from this photo, even though the paper that I use is white, but the final effect doesn't look nice. It is not white at all. It is grayish, and it is like a two-dimensional wall. It doesn't give us the very deep and far effect, the three-dimensional effect that we wanted. It is like a wall because we are sticking a piece of paper directly on the tank glass. I would say that this is usually a very common mistake that beginner make. They thought that by sticking a piece of white paper on a tank glass, it will give you a bright white background. It doesn't. So I would not recommend using this method to put a piece of paper directly on the tank glass. The second photo is if we remove the piece of paper that from the tank glass and we put the tank 2 centimeters away from a white wall. This, to me, it is worse because if we put the tank too close to the wall, like 2 centimeters, the light, the gap, this 2 centimeter gap is actually not enough for the light to penetrate. So what you can see from this photo, you only get a bit of bright background on top, and all the way down is actually shadow because the gap is too small. The light can't penetrate through, so the small gap in between your tank glass and the wall are basically shadow. So you get this kind of effect, which is to me not very good. This is a photo where I took with 5 centimeter gap between the tank and the white wall. This is already looking better. With 5 centimeter, you have more light lit up the space, but you can still see that not the full area is lit up, especially on the left and right, and at the bottom, it is still a bit grayish, a bit shadow. So maybe this is still not good enough, not the one that we wanted. And if we increase the gap to 10 centimeter, it is better. You have more white space, the shadow area is lesser. So this is already much better. And I have to say that if your vanishing point is somewhere higher up, then this could be suffice. This could be sufficient already. If the bright or the white vanishing point that you want is somewhere higher up, not at the bottom, this could be perfect already for your setup. And if we move this gap to 15 centimeter, to me, this is the best optimum setting for the small tank that I set up yesterday. Because I think for this setup, most of the backgrounds are already being lit up. It's already bright. And it gives us that kind of infinity, very bright, very far effect that we wanted if we do a white background. And how about 20 centimeter? This is the 20 centimeter gap. It gets dimmer compared to just now this 15 centimeter. This is 20 centimeter. The 20 centimeter one is actually become dimmer. Why? Because the light on top of my aquarium, the small lamp that I used, if you remember yesterday, it is not powerful enough to lit up a big space. If let's say the wall is too far away from the tank, the small lamp that I used yesterday do not have enough power to lit up the 20 centimeter space behind the aquarium. So once the wall is further away from the tank, it gets dimmer. So to me, this is not the optimum. So it doesn't mean that the further you get, the better it is. No, you have to, it depends on the setup. For this setup, 15 centimeter is the best. 20 centimeter is a little bit dimmer already. Yeah, so it really depends on your setup. As a summary, I mean, we usually see people put a piece of white paper behind the tank glass, and this, now I demonstrate to you already, it is not the right move. If you want a very crisp, very bright and infinity kind of background, bright background, you need a certain gap between your tank glass and the white wall. And how big is this gap? You have to try it out yourself. Different setup, different sizes of your tank, and different light source, whether you use aquarium light, studio lights, and how bright is your aquarium light, and can you move your aquarium light towards the back. All this will affect how big the gap you need. And yeah, hopefully, and now, sorry, now I want to show you my actual contest tank. What is the gap? This is my actual contest tank. My contest tank is 150 centimeter, and the gap between my tank and the wall is close to 25 centimeter. So I find that this is the gap that best suit my application. And how I lit up this space, I can easily move my aquarium light a few centimeter or a few inches to the back. So my light is directly on top of this empty space, this 20 centimeter space. My aquarium light is directly on top. So during photo shooting, my aquarium light is enough to lit up the whole space and give me a very bright and white background. So as I said, it depends on your own setup. This 25 centimeter might not be suitable for you. You will have to try it out. And if you see from this photo, actually my wall is not white color. It is beige color, my original wall. So I have to use a backdrop. I think I got it from IKEA. I don't know. I forgot it's so many years ago. I use a white backdrop to create that the white effect that I want. So don't worry if your wall is not white color. You can easily find a solution. Either put a piece of white paper or a white backdrop or whatever you can find. I'm sure you can do it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully with this simple tutorial, you can shoot a final photo with this kind of very bright and very beautiful white background. Just remember, don't put a piece of paper sticking on your tank glass. It will not give you the bright background that you are looking for. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.